Well, my name's Batman, you can call me Bob. When I see you, boy, wonder I just say, yo, Rob. I used to wear a cape and do the leotard bit. Now I'm wearing that rocker jacket cause I don't give a shit. I used to bust my butt on day fight crime. Now I'm rocking these house concerts when I sing my rhymes. I can turn any crowd into a crazy old mob, cause I'm Batman, you can call me Bob. Well, I'll tell you a story that once happened to me. Me and Robin, we were cruising down the street in the Batmobile with the lights turned low. We had a six-pack of beer on ice, so we were good to go. With the radio blasting out our old theme song, Robin kept on passing me this big old bong. I took a couple of hits, next thing I know, this cop pulled us over to the side of the road. He said, "Excuse me, sir, do you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "No, officer." "Pray tell." "Because I want to have sex with you." "Really?" "Yep." "I clocked you on my gaydar. You were going 69 miles an hour. Step out of the vehicle." "Do I have to?" This is the San Francisco version of this song. "I left my virginity in San Francisco." I left it somewhere. My fiance. It's a wandering virginity. "Hey, have you seen my virginity anywhere?" "No." I think of my virginity like I think about like Elvis Presley, really. Like if you saw Elvis now, would you recognize him? I think of my virginity as like an old, fat, bearded Elvis, really. "Hey, virginity! I haven't seen you. Are you that old? Jesus Christ. You want to hook? You want to hang out and bi-curious?" I just find it's easier to get laid if you're bi-curious and you're a virgin. Oh yeah. I am singing a song. There's some people that are just totally not into what I'm saying at all. They're just like, that shit is not funny at all. I get that, I'm sorry. I apologize. So, alright, I'm pulled over by the police, and he said, "Hey, what's your name, boy? You look like a slob." I said, "I'm Batman, officer. You call me Bob." So I turned to Robin and I said, "Hey, buddy, it's getting kind of late. I gotta find me a San Francisco girl before I start to hallucinate." We found this little old place, and we went inside, and the dude at the door started giving Robin a bunch of shit at the door about his age. He lied. I went up to the bar, ordered myself a Coke and Jack, and that's when I felt a strong hand on the back of my back, and I turned around and I dropped my drink, because god damn it, there was this girl there in the making. Well, she was about the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, I think. And I introduced her to Robin. I said, "Hey, this little guy's name is Rob. We're just hanging out. Just me and this little 13-year-old boy. Bar in San Francisco. Wearing tights.
And a cape.
And a cape. I know, those are feather boots that Robin has on. It's a Sharpie mask. I know you can see my junk. As can you, Robins. I made a mistake one time. I was in Pittsburgh and playing a gig, And it was the day before Halloween, and I had to fly into Austin the next day to do a Halloween show. And so there was a costume store right next to where I was playing. So I went inside and I was like looking around, and I'm not a big Halloween person, but I figured, fuck, all right, since I'm playing a show on Halloween, I'll get a costume. So I looked around and I found this cool costume, and I just bought it. And it was pretty cheap, so I got it, and then I put it in my bag and then played the gig, and then the next day flew back to Austin, and my flight got in super late, so I had to like basically go right from the airport to the gig. So what I did was right when I landed at the airport, I went into the bathroom and changed into what I bought, which was a Spider-Man costume. And I didn't try it on in the store, and it was a little snug. So anyway, so I just threw it on and threw some shoes on and ran down and jumped out of my car and ran up on stage, basically just in time just to run up on stage and start playing. And what I realized when I got on stage was that basically not only could you see like every vein in my cock, the detailing was so, you could see like the fine pubic hairs that were coming off the base of my cock. Like the tiny ones, like that's how much detail was in this Spider-Man costume. And the way the lights were hitting it, it was a long day. It's the last time I wore that Spider-Man costume. Actually, I did wear that Spider-Man costume one more time. Not outside the house, but I'll try it on one other time. Yeah, this little guy's name is Rob, but I'm the Batman. You can call me Bob. Alright, just to catch you up real quick, because I know I got off track. Me and Robin are at this bar, I met this girl, and we're hanging out. Well, I promised to behave, and we went back to the cave, and she took one good look at my place, and she started to rave. Because it's a bat cave, you don't see that every day. It's hard to get a bitch back to the bat cave, really. Just thought I'd try that line, it didn't work. I knew it was gonna, I knew it was right on, it's like when you try to do a dive you haven't done before. Like, I'm gonna try that 1.5 gainer and see if I can pull it off, and a bit of a belly flop on that one. Note to self. Nobody's gonna get the use of the word bitch in the song. Note. Don't do that. Future house concerts. So I promised to behave, and we went right back to the back cave, and she took one look at my place and she started to rave. Then she gave me a nice kiss and she said, "Hey, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna slip out of some of these clothes for a second so we can relax." She left the room for a minute, and I threw on some nice tunes. I opened up my new multi-million-dollar skylight so we could look at the room. But when she came back in, she had a big old whip in her hand. Turns out she was an evil, crazy, psychotic Catwoman. And she started chasing me around, and she was screaming that she wanted me dead. I had to fucking bust out my fucking batarang and hit her right in the head. And she went out like a riot. I said, "Man, what a night." I had to drag her down to the San Francisco Police Department where they locked her up tight. And as I was leaving, the sergeant looked at me. He said, "Son, you've done a fine job." I said, "I know. I'm Batman. She call me Bob."